Where is Andy?
Remember we had that whole, were you here when we did the
He
logo?
had some medical stuff to take care of.
Brandon.
Praise be, huh?
What's that?
Praise be, right?
Guess I'll call this meeting to order. City of Monona Finance and Personnel Committee, Monday, May 7th. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Alder Wood,
Here.
Mayor O'Connor,
Here.
Alder Kitzler is excused.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the April 16th meeting?
So moved.
I'll second. Are there any corrections,
Nope.
additions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Minutes are approved. Are there any appearances? I guess not. You can stay up there, Dan. There is no unfinished business. New business, item 6A, consideration of resolution 18-5-2263, award of bid for 2018 street resurfacing project. Is there a motion to approve this?
Move approval.
I will second. Dan?
Thank you, Mayor. This is the awarded bid for our 2018 street resurfacing project. It's for our annual mill and overlay or replacement that we do. We received bids on April 19th from 3 contractors. Wolf Paving provided a low bid. We're going to be recommending the total amount of $149,196.89. That includes the base bid and the alternate bid for the construction. The roads that we are planning to do this year is Shore Acres from Dean north to Parkway. We're going to be doing Roygan Terrace. Both of those roads are mill and overlays. And at Christie Circle, we're going to do a full depth asphalt replacement. And on Greenwood Street, between Bridge Road and LaBelle, we're going to be doing a full depth asphalt replacement.
On the other side, not over here.
Oh, okay.
So we do have the adequate funding in our budget. We have $200,000 for this work. The balance of the budget will be, once again, to replace some concrete panels on Femrite. And we'll get some infrared heat repair done. And then we got some minor work that our crew will do as well.
Okay, any questions?
Dan, could you just briefly describe what the difference is between mill and overlay and full depth removal and replacement?
Sure. Mill and overlay, we are actually going to get two different depths done. We're going to do a 1 inch in some areas and then 1.5 inches on some areas. And then the engineer in the field, if they see soft spots or potholes that go deeper, we'll do an extra depth milling. That's all accounted for in our bid. The full depth replacement, that's where all of the asphalt will be peeled out. It'll take us right down to the road bed. They'll check for soft spots, and then if need be, we have money in the bid to pull out the old soft stone and put new base down. So the full depth replacement, there could be some road bed repair as well, and we have that accounted for.
Okay.
And you know what the total mileage is for the projects?
No, I do not have that offhand.
Okay,
I can get you that though.
sure, but, you know,
Okay.
easier for me to understand than the square yards of stuff, so.
I will have that. I can calculate that for City Council.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, would you like to vote to approve this, or do you want to?
Yeah, I'm okay with
I think it's okay. All in favor say aye.
it. Aye?
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Next, item 6B, consideration of resolution 18-5-2264, award of contract for the library vestibule project.
Before he goes up there, you mind if I just talk about the numbers quick?
Sure.
You can go up there too, right?
Can we get a motion, please?
Move approval.
Thank you.
I'll second.
So the contract is, the lowest bid was Meyer Construction at $136,900. We budgeted $120,000. I don't know if you remember during the budget process, $60,000 was coming from the leftover from the parking lot for the library, and $60,000 we borrowed for. So that's where the $120,000 came from. So they're basically $16,900 over. Talking with it's kind of direction for Ryan, was kind of work with the library board to use fund balance, and I think that's what they approved, to use fund balance to approve that, or to pay for the overage. So that's all I really.
Okay. So Ryan, this first motion is just to award the contract, and then the motion following will be amending the capital budget.
Okay.
So do you have anything to add about awarding the contract, or?
Well, I mean, just to go into a little bit more detail of the overage, we didn't account for the vault down below to be worked on, as well as the piers outside. And then also, another thing I forgot was originally we're going to keep the internal doors through the Schluter Road. That was going to remain. However, we've been having a lot of issues with those doors, so that's going to be replaced as well, which was not original to when we had this contract. So those are the reasons why it's a little bit over. The bid that we put forth is the lowest and looks to be good. Just we needed to get a little bit more, and that's coming from the library fund balance.
Does the additional money also cover the change we made in the brick, adding more brick?
Yes, sorry.
Is it for that
Thank you
also?
for reminding me. Yes, that's also where originally we were going to do the kind of faux concrete boards. However, we are doing a brick that's looks similar to the original building that was also used for the new book drop out there a couple of years ago, and that is more than the original material.
Okay. And did you just discover the issue with the vault? My understanding was that had been filled like 15 years ago. There used to be transformers in there or something, and
Right.
I thought it was filled at that time, but apparently it had never been filled.
I guess not. I did not know anything about it, the history of it, and then, in fact, I was nearby when they went down and realized they weren't quite sure why it was there, and then I think word of mouth spread that, yes, the transformers were down there, but it was never filled, and so they definitely want to fill that in because I think you can see the concrete starting to degrade a little bit, and those vents are original, and those are in poor shape, so it's a good opportunity to replace all this and fill it in and make it safer.
So then will it just be full concrete across the top, or will there still be a vent there?
I believe it'll be full concrete, and then that will be put in, it'll be rock underneath to fill it
Okay.
in. So, and then we did make sure there's drainage out, and that works.
Okay. Alder Wood, did you have?
Yeah, I think both the vestibule, or the vault and the piers, if you want to call them that, support beams, whatever, down on this level, that was, as I recall, was kind of discovered pretty late in the process, and considering that this project has been going on for 2 years now.
Correct.
So what was decided out here by the lower door for those
On this entrance?
piers? Yeah.
In terms of this project, the storefront will be replaced, and tied with that, they will be repairing the cracks in those support beams. We determined that it would be most cost effective to rope it into this project, even though it's slightly outside of the storefront. And originally that was going to be covered when we were going to have a vestibule there. However, then we removed that and just going to replace the storefront so it's more energy efficient.
Mhm.
But that still leaves the cracks in the beams, which eventually will get to the point where it needs to be fixed because it's supporting my office. They need to be fixed, and rather than call them out in the future, it'll be cheaper in the long run, just included in this project.
Do you know what, how much cost those two items, the vault and the support beams, added?
The support beams I know are around $3,000. The vault I want to say is, around like $6,000, but I don't have the exact breakdown in front of me. I can find out if you'd like.
Okay. And is this money also cover the cost of the new door fronts down here, the glass, or is that a different?
Nope, that covers that.
That covers this as well?
Yep.
Okay.
So this project
So it's up
will
and down?
have the additional vestibule upstairs, Schluter Road entrance, and then the replacement of the storefront down here.
Okay. Anything else?
No, just an observation that it seems like a lot of the overage now is sort of due to the vault and the support beams, which really they're close to the project, but they really, they're separate.
True.
And probably, they could have been done as a separate project, but it makes sense to do it now while we're doing it, so.
And we appreciate you finding the money in your
in that fund balance.
reserve, yeah.
I agree.
Fortunate that it's there.
Yeah. So if anything else?
Nope.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. You might as well stay there, Ryan.
Oh, that's right, sorry.
Item 6, now you have to get the money to pay for it. Item 6Z, consideration of Resolution 18-5-2265, amending the 2018 capital budget for the library vestibule project.
Move approval.
I'll second. And this is basically what Mark explained before, right?
Right, I mean,
We have to amend the budget in order to allow you to spend.
Sure. So I apologize. Is there more information you'd like me to go over or just kind of outline what it is about?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I do have a, I'm sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
I just had a question about the size of your fund balance.
Yes.
I thought at one point that the library board had some kind of a policy. I know they talked about a policy about how high the fund balance should go. And
I-
146,000 seems pretty high.
I agree. When I look at the policy that we have in place, I don't see anything about a ceiling.
Okay,
It just basically states that we need to have at least 10% of our operating budget.
okay.
And, and I think the board, through this process, is like, oh, we have this amount in there. And I think we're going to be in talks of probably adding language to that so we don't have an issue in the future where we have an excess amount of money there where really we shouldn't.
It seems like especially for some special projects, it would be good to spend some of that. I mean, you should definitely have something, but
Right, yep.
Well, what percent of the operating budget would that be? I don't know whether.
is that like 20 or 25%?
Well, the operating budget's like, I think your budget's like 500 and some thousand, so.
Well, I thought it was 700 some.
700,000. so
Yeah, 700 and some. So I mean, when I
10%
sent
be
it,
seven.
when I sent the information to the board, I think 10% I calculated as like actually 79.6 and change. So we have an amount available to spend, and even after this project, we will look at using it for a different project.
Okay. Not that you have to spend it, but
No,
depending
but
on
I don't
things that
want,
come up.
the board recognizes, I think, and again, we'll talk more in the future, just that we probably should have something in there where we just don't keep throwing money in there, that we should have a plan in place to use those funds.
Okay. Anything else? Doug, did you have anything?
No, I mean, I would definitely agree with that. It's, so when you do have projects, if you have that balance, then I think the council might look to take some of the more out of that for future projects, or
Sure.
so.
And I don't know if we actually can take it out because of the way the law
Well,
is
that's
written,
true,
but
we
but certainly rather than borrowing money for a capital project in the
Right,
future,
and
it might
again,
make
like, so
sense
this,
to-
this instance, it's
Yeah.
actually, it's very fortunate that it's
Yeah.
there, because that's the reason, and I know that there was a question, I think, from another board member about that kind of ceiling for it, and I don't see anything in the policy,
Okay.
but I think they'll discuss about if we want to put something in there to just limit it at some point.
Okay. And I know it was really low at one point. It was like $5,000 or something, which isn't much. That was many years ago, but,
Right.
okay. If there aren't any other questions, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
This would need a roll call as an amendment
Oh,
of the budget.
okay.
It did say individually. I said
Yeah.
aye, and then she said.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Go
Call
ahead.
Do you want to
roll
call the
call.
roll?
Aye.
Oh,
You got-
Joan, do you want to call her names?
okay.
Okay. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderwood,
Aye.
Mayor O'Connor.
Aye.
Oh, it's-
Motion passes.
Spring is here.
Thank you, Ryan. Next, item 7, acceptance of general fund accounts payable checks dated April 13th to May 3rd, 2018. Documentation of invoices paid is available in the city clerk's office. Is there a motion to accept the general fund accounts payable?
It's a break with tradition. We usually do that at the end, but.
This is picky. Okay, we'll do it later.
I'll move to
It's
accept.
okay.
The
Oh, then you don't have to report.
checks.
Eventually, I'll get all this straight, and I'll second. Okay, Mark, the floor is yours.
All right, just a lot of kind of everyday stuff, so I'm just kind of hit on some highlights. Page 3 on my top to register, Clean Lake Alliance, the breakfast, that was just, I believe, last week. A successful breakfast. Page 7, or page 6 and 7, MG&E, it's just kind of our monthly bills, and then underneath that's Monona Bank is our credit card statements. Page 9, Robinson Brothers, just kind of winding down the demolition. Just one couple invoices left for them. Page 13, Carico Aquatics Resources, the pool chemicals. So they're getting ready. Pool will be getting ready here fairly soon, so we're kind of getting that stuff started. Page 15, Dell Marketing. Is our capital account for computers that were just ordered and it being installed. Page 14, Copeland painting, Dream Park painting was just finished. Here. So page 23, kind of finishing up with Village McFarland. So we have this kind of the last February, March, the last bill with Marlick for the building inspection. Page 28, Fat Jack's, just appreciation, volunteer appreciation dinner, successful event. And I believe that's all I have.
I think I had one question on, let me find the page. Oh, on page 31. We paid $500 to Shopko for a Class A liquor license company? Or
I could explain that.
Okay, I was just
Um,
curious.
They inadvertently applied for a liquor license when they really only wanted cider only.
Oh,
So I refunded them that portion of their application.
oh, okay. Doug, did you have any questions?
Yeah, since we have a few minutes, just a really tiny item, but under the Monona Bank card, I was just curious, there's a red box for $6.52. Just wondering
I can speak to that too. That's the senior center rents movies from a
Okay.
kiosk,
oh,
and it's the red box. And
Way to go.
that is all of them added together because they usually have 3 to 4 receipts from that vendor. And so I just clump them together so there's not quite so many entries. So that's probably 3 of them. It's like $1.58 each movie.
Okay. Anything else?
no. That's it.
All right. All in favor of accepting the bills, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Move adjournment.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned.